Hello again. This is Math 1120 coming to you from the College of DuPage, and the title of this lecture is Midterm Guidance, the Additional and Final Component. As always, be attentive while watching this video. This video includes content and preparation guidance that applies to all Math 1120 students. It reminds you of the proctoring plans and it reviews them for both VCM and NET folk. And this includes a special reminder for the VCM folks because their proctoring is different. And these proctoring plans apply to those who are not being accommodated. Now the goal is to accommodate everybody who is qualified for accommodations and will need accommodations. But we have to adhere to the new College of DuPage accommodations paradigms, which have been changed and are being described within this. So pay special attention to this if you have requested accommodations or are needing accommodations, because you will have to work within this environment. These proctoring plans are only for those people who are taking this in the regular time intervals and having regular time allowances. Okay, in Blackboard, there is a tab that's called High Stakes Assessment Answer Sheets. This contains the test questions and a space for your answer. It will automatically submit 75 minutes after your password is entered. That means that this is basically your test. It is password protected. You will get the password whenever you check in for the test, and again, it's the primary grading instrument. If this is left blank, your test is left blank. So this is the primary grading instrument. Now, there is a place where it says high stakes assessment PDF upload. Now, this only applies to those people in the VCM, but they can upload their work to Blackboard within 30 minutes of the test ending if they're in the VCM. Now, if they are in the testing center, they have to turn their papers in to the folks in the testing center. So if you're NET or taking the test in the testing center, what that means is that the papers are not being uploaded, you're turning them in. Now what this allows for though, and remember this is the primary grading instrument, but this allows for partial credit for questions where you perhaps have authentic answers in the answer sheet, but they're wrong. So that allows you to perhaps get partial credit. So upload to Blackboard within 30 minutes of the test ending if you're in the VCM, or turn your scratch paper into the testing center folks if you're in NET. There are other important resources available in your Blackboard shell. In the syllabus area, if you click there, there are grace notes and midterm data files. There's a folder of midterm data files which you will need to complete the test questions, and there are also grace notes that were developed and also previously shared. Both of these have been are in your syllabus tab and are available for your use. An astute student will perhaps look at these during their preparation and be prepared to use them efficiently during the test. This exam content was previously developed and shared in a couple of VCMs, but is repeated now for your convenience. So there are 12 problems, some with several parts. There are 2 where you are given data and asked to compute some basic statistics. There's a problem dealing with measures of center and properties of measures of center. There is a problem dealing with the weighted average of some data, and this is a GPA-ish kind of problem. There are 2 normal distribution problems, as Linda says, one going from X to Z and the other from Z to X. And you remember you have normal tables in your grace notes. There's a problem dealing with binomial probabilities. There's a computing probabilities within a game situation. And given a data file, you're to compute a conditional probability. And given a data file, you're to answer some linear regression questions. There's a counting problem, and there is a confidence interval problem. Now, the previous notes about content applies to everyone, VCMers and net folks alike. It's the same content. There are different proctoring protocols, though. Remember that net students without accommodations will be proctored in Testing Center during the time intervals specified earlier in the announcements. VCM students without accommodations will be proctored in Standard VCM section Monday evening. Now, VCM students are reminded, the ones in Monday, are reminded that they need to have Zoom downloaded on their cell phones, and the cell phones positioned to allow Linda and me to proctor the exam. And finally, COD has instituted new accommodation schemes which we must use. All students with documented extra time allocations or other documented exceptional circumstances will be accommodated, but you need to specify the date and time, the date and day when they can take the accommodated examination via remote proctoring. Remote proctoring for such accommodations will be scheduled as follows: Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We must schedule one of these times for your remote accommodated proctoring. With this presentation, I'm reaching out to you to confirm which of these days and what dates we can apply for you. There will be a companion email sent reminding you of this. But if you're seeking accommodations, you want to tell me as soon as possible, again, via email, with accommodations in the title of the subject line of the email, which of these slots and the date that you can attend. I will then engage with a remote proctoring team to try to enable scheduling that will make it so. Again, only the regularly timed Math 1120 midterms will happen within the VCM and face-to-face testing environments. This accommodation scheme will apply to all other accommodations, and it's not my idea to do this. It is COD processes that dictate that it be so. Now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself, because self-care is important. And take care of each other, because we're all in this together. May God bless you all.